afternoon. I am Pinstar, and this is 2 Point Campus Strategy and Tactics. So today, as promised, and as you voted for it, we are going to be covering the lecture hall. Now, the lecture hall is one of the more important classrooms because, well, just about in fact, I think every single subject uses the lecture hall in one regard or another. Some of the later ones don't use it as often, but there's almost every subject has at least 1 or 2 classes in this per semester. So it is important to have lecture theaters, and you're going to be building a lot of them, especially as your campus expands. So we might as well do them well. Now, minimum size 4x4, but this is one of the cases where going a little bit above the minimum is a good idea. Note that there is an 8-person capacity, but that is not size dependent. You could have an absolutely massive lecture hall, and that is not budging. It is going to be 8 no matter what. So you don't want to go too huge with this. That being said, I do think we can get some more benefit out of a 5x4 than we could the bare minimum 4x4. So we're going to start with that. For the podium, I'm going to stick it all the way over here on the bottom end of it, all the way to the left. Just nudge it up to the wall like that. Now, for the lecture seating here, you might be inclined to just put it back here in the back, as the shape of it kind of warrants that. But you know what? Scooch it forward half a block. If we go through here, it is half a block forward like that. And now for our door, we're going to place that up here, about halfway through the room on the side. To flesh out the floor space here, you have these items, the auto cues, plus 4% learning power. These things are really good. And they're actually not that big. They take up floor space, but yeah, 2 like that, 1 like that. You can fit a total of 3. You might be tempted to try and fit in 4, but that's okay. 3 of them are pretty good for both prestige and also the effectiveness. That's plus 12% right there. Now, to add other accoutrements to the room, we want the hand sanitizer, and we also want these. The bin I usually stick in the middle of the room just because I wanted it more accessible. This will help encourage people not to litter, but also encourage people to wash their hands while they're in here. And then decorate the room with whatever posters. You might be looking at the title of this hall and might be saying, Pinstar, how is this the Deafening lecture hall? What about this is deafening? Well, I have not added my final piece yet. So if you're at the first year of your campus and you're just getting started out, you don't have a lot of money, this right here is perfect. This is 34,000, but very effective. When you have a little bit extra money, that's when you can turn this room up to 11. Or, well, rather turn it up to 8. Because the other item that this hall, and this, what gives it its namesake, is this. The surround sound. 3% learning power each. And the reason why we scooched this whole seating area up a smidge meter is that we can put it along the back here. 2 per tile, like so. Now we have some serious learning power. You combine all of these, plus a fully upgraded lectern, and your students will be learning like crazy. One other thing I would recommend in terms of getting your attractiveness up is make sure that you put a painting on here on each side up close to the speakers. That will get the attractiveness radiating around where the students are sitting. And then of course you can spam out unique paintings along the sides here to get your prestige rating as high as you'd like it to. You don't need to go too crazy with this. There are no additional bonus impacts from additional prestige the way that there are with, say, the dormitory. There we go, nice and green all around. So let's take a look at this thing in action, shall we? In addition to all of the lovely speakers and these teleprompters here, one of the other main good things that you can do to help out your lecture theater is to upgrade them. This little icon right here will summon one of your upgrading janitors to come and improve the lectern even further. You do have to research them, but they're easy enough to research, and I would recommend you research them sooner rather than later. Once you research them once on a level, the upgrades are available for all future levels. But certainly do this. The first upgrade gives you a 25% learning power. When you have a fully upgraded one, you get a 50% learning power. Also note, just for a visual reference, the visual look of the lectern changes with each upgrade. This platinum blue one is the fully upgraded one. The partially upgraded one is this sort of like carpeted blue. And then the brand new unupgraded lectern has this sort of cruddy old school wooden look to it. So that's how you can tell at a quick glance glance what upgrade level your various lecterns are at. But yeah, make sure you upgrade them as soon as you have the time and money to do so. Now, this room is not cheap. In the long run, if you calculate all of these extra items, plus the room itself, plus the upgrades, we're looking at over $100,000. But it's worth it because so many different classes utilize it, and all of them benefit equally from the thing. And then add on top of that, you have a well-trained professor, and you're looking at a good lecture hall here. So worth the investment, in my opinion. Put these out as much as you can, especially if you're dealing with a lot of classes that deal specifically with that. Also, the plus $2,000 is just because we're on upper etching, which has an alternative pay structure. But see my short about explaining some of the advanced tactics with that, and why we have decided to teach the general knowledge in this particular classroom. So I hope you guys found this room effective. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, it's been Pinstar signing out. See ya!